And now, the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, yeah. It's the Bonfire. I'm your host, Big J. Oakerson. That's your host, Dan Soder. The only show tighter knit than the Opie and Jimmy show.
We're so tight-knit, we're constantly inside of each other. That's how tight-knit
We are. It's a real tight knit.
Well, and those of you campers who listen all the time know our official third member is Reggie Noble, a.k.a. Redman.
Redman, yeah, but it was a rough week for him. He couldn't make it in.
It's fine, because Redman told us his favorite replacement for him is our good friend, Mike Fenoya.
Mike Fenoich.
Thanks, Red. Funk Doc.
We had to let Funk Dr. Spock.
Yeah.
We had to let Mike recover. He's trying to dry out since the 4-day Jamcore Queef Fest that is 4 nights of Phish at MSG.
Yeah.
Well, Merkface Andy was also there, touching pee holes.
They're just seesawing each other by grabbing each other's dicks and going back and forth.
What was funny, though, is like seeing Mike as often as I do. Actually, I saw him every night after the shows at some point. And he came back with like a grizzled Danny Glover, like, I'm getting too old for this shit, man. There was 12 joints, and then a guy he blew coke up my asshole, and then like there's always like something crazy was happening.
I told you about that?
You told me about that guy. You were so whacked out, you forgot to tell me about the guy blowing coke up your asshole.
He's just shaking and cold and wet.
I'm tired and I'm glad it's over. It was fun.
There are garbage bags just like strung out on the floor. There's a couple shower curtains, and
I think a junkie stayed with me for 3 days.
And we just bang. You just go and it's just a drug and fuck fest. And you're like, this is what Phish shows are?
If people were fucking at the Redskins game this year, I bet someone had to be fucking in that stadium. I guarantee there's probably 100 couples of 100 men-women couples fucking.
You know where I've seen a lot of people fucking is outside festivals when they have like 100,000 people at an Air Force base.
Yeah.
Way in the back near like the porta potties, there'll be 2 people just eat out like.
And people are watching, right?
Fucking yeah.
But a gang of people watching.
I always just imagine.
Someone told me to expect that at Sturgis, and then I went looking for it. I mean, honest to God, I think crippled my feet for life. How much I walked around looking for people fucking. It was more like a Boogie
Nights moment.
That's what I was saying. It's like William H. Macy, where he was like, hey, my wife's down there with an ass in her cock.
She's got an ass in her cock. And then they blow their brains out during Down with Disease.
We were talking about making a murderer.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What does that word mean?
I want to go. It's just easier to go the other way, you know?
'Cause I'm stupid, man.
I hate to think about it.
Oh, dude, 3 days. 2 days I stayed inside and just got high and watched that.
I got 2 episodes left.
Past 2 days for me are those days.
Mike's got 2 episodes left too. We might watch tonight. I think might just dive into those tonight.
Can I just
cuddle
say,
up and go to Manitowoc County?
I've read the blogs. I've read everything. I've finished the season.
See, I'm steering clear of all the rigs. I don't know where it goes.
Well, let me just tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
The character that gets absolutely no fucking press, and she absolutely needs to, is the hot bus driver.
Yes, she's the hottest woman
in the show.
Absolutely.
She's the Fox of the series.
I paused it.
Hot bus driver.
I paused it.
Dropped off Brendan's brother.
I don't know why I didn't see that.
Yes, she did. She put a monkey wrench in the whole timeline that the police, that Brendan and the brother had laid out.
I don't remember anybody hot. I almost have said this is the ugliest county in all of America.
There are 2 hot women on that show. One's
a reporter. There's a reporter
with the black glasses
who doesn't buy shit.
Yeah, she is a tough broad.
She doesn't buy shit. She goes, I know you think it's pretty clear, but it doesn't really seem clear to us, and it seems like a pretty big deal.
I'm like, you know what? I should probably take my pants off. You're demanding it.
What, baby? You want me to do that? Yeah?
Yeah? I don't know. You want me to come or not? Or
I don't know. Just try not to get it in my hair.
Do you want to see it? Or
you guys want to go out for some cheese?
I don't know. Do you want to maybe suck me off while I'm watching WrestleMania?
All right, you little turkey.
Yeah, I'm going to come through the phone and I'm going to bop you right in the nose.
She's so hot. What a hot bus. I was watching it with my wife, so I didn't have a chance to like dude it out and be like, imagine if that was your bus driver. I had to pause it and tell my wife, like, that's a hot bus driver.
We keep
You're like, babe, look away. I'm going to tug off to this.
Yeah.
Look away.
Jay and I on Monday were doing cocky Stephen Avery. So he's just walking around going, "Why would I rape? I got all the pussy I want." Just walking around like,
It's been raining, sniz.
"Are you kidding me? I'm the prince of the pound lot. I got cars as far as the eyes go. You want a car? Go pick one.
I got a girl in every car back there.
I junk it up. You think I got a take puss? I'm Stephen Avery. I'm the walrus."
Is
the fucking shoe, bro?
Are these last 2 episodes going to shed some light on the fact that how the fuck they found him guilty with all the fuck ups in that thing?
Yeah. It's gonna talk about that, and then it's also gonna snap your heart one more time.
Really?
Oh, dude, there, episode 10. You're just like, hey.
There's a bomber coming still.
Yeah, you're like,
all
hey,
right, okay.
I'm gonna go suck a gun in a closet.
Really?
I'll make a prediction. Want to make the kid goes to jail. The kid definitely gets accused of murder.
I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm stupid, Ma.
Because you think I did it. I'll tell you what. The most impressive people in that documentary, it's really... If I watched this when I was like 13 years old, I'd go to law school.
Yeah, because the defense lawyers are cool as
Defense
shit.
lawyers were just awesome.
They're
It
good.
just looks so fun.
Yeah.
Picking holes in that. By the way, I mean... if I were them, I would have been more cocky. I'd been like, we are winning the shit out of this thing.
But they knew.
And I wanted to...
Huh?
They just knew.
It was crazy how they just, like, it was a great character on it too, was they got an FBI guy. So what they said was they're trying to find out for people. I mean, I think everyone's watching it at this point now.
If you're not watching Making a Murderer, and you're gonna watch it, I'm sorry to say, turn the show off.
No, just listen. We're going to describe it
okay.
funnier anyway.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sure.
Yeah.
Watch WrestleMania?
That's basically the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it hurts. I hate it.
Yeah.
You're leaving me?
They're trying to find out if they used planted blood. Trying to find out if they used planted blood. And something with planted blood, it has
It's a chemical in
an
it.
agent in it called EDTA, I believe.
EDTA.
Or ETDA. EDTA. It's a preservative.
Fenoya did some of that at the Phish show.
It really gets you there, man.
all the blood is left from a vial.
Oh, man, we were
Trey's
huffing
vial.
blood freshener.
Oh, dude, it keeps your bread. It keeps your blood and you super fresh
So good, bro.
for another tasty 48-minute jam.
What do you call the high from EDTA? You know, they say you're rolling on, is that Molly and stuff? You roll?
You're sustaining.
You're coagulating. I'm coagulating.
Hey, man, you guys
so
want to
hard.
sustain?
You guys want to go get sustained?
No, it stops from coagulating. Are
Clotting.
you guys want to go thin on some EDTA?
Oh, dude, what it does is your blood gets super thin, you go high altitude, and you pass out.
Yeah. Make a small incision next to your eye.
If you time it
bleed
right.
for 5 hours.
Time it right with Trey's licks. Pretty
Time it
gnar. I thought that moment they were going to say that there was EDTA in the blood, and Stephen Avery was going to be freed.
That's what I told
Yeah,
ya.
I thought that was going to be the easy one
Suck
too.
my dick. I'm the $36 million man. I'm Stephen Avery. I'm going to buy and sell all of you. Do you understand who I am now?
I'm going to build the biggest fire pit in all of Mellencamp County.
You know what I'm going to do? Double Jeopardy, one of my favorite movies. I'm going to go kill somebody now because you can't get me on the same count twice.
You can't do it.
I'm going to go find one of her family members, kill them, $36 million. I'm not poor anymore.
Who I do feel bad for in this documentary, I'll say how cool I thought the lawyers were. I feel bad for like the family of this girl because unless 9 and 10 digs more into that, they are so. It really just becomes the police versus Steve Avery, and everyone just and like this girl just happens to be like one of the pieces of evidence of this thing. Like no one gives a shit about her
Not to
anymore.
mention they're just sitting there listening to how their fucking sister and daughter just got burned.
You know what it is?
Burned alive after she got dicked out by they're worried about her getting dicked out by her roommate
by
and-
Fangs Magoo.
and fucking and her fucking chrome dome weird head fucking.
Not only that, but
Ex-boyfriend?
then she's got to hear the grizzled details of some waterhead fucking junk lot kid being like,
I came home, I put rope on her.
He's like a living garbage pail
he
kid.
really is.
Who shot her in the head?
He did. He did. He did. He did. He did. He did.
Broken Brendan.
Who did? He did.
I don't know.
Am I going to make it back by 129?
I got a project for 6 hours.
You're like, oh, you dipshit.
6th hour.
You just confessed.
They're like, kid, you're
Yeah.
never getting anywhere.
But no, that's
I
what
didn't really
that's,
do
I
it.
hate
I
the
didn't really do it.
investigators.
Oh, God, I hate every
You play that
cop in
game.
that.
Ken Katz. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oh, I wanna
Turns
kill
out I
Link.
got popped for putting out sexy text messages. Hi, I'm Ken Katz, former prosecutor from the Avery case.
If you pull, if you
Is that his name?
If
Good to
you
meet you.
fold, if you fold under
Krantz.
interrogation,
Ken Krantz.
I feel like you can only successfully interrogate a person who is borderline retarded.
No, because that's what I was saying is.
I think you can only do it successfully. Is the only way you
and
can
we
do it.
never even looked it up, but we talked about this last week. That article about that dude in Philadelphia in the 80s that they just scared the shit out of and pressured into signing a false confession.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of stupid, I bet. That guy's pretty stupid, I bet you.
You think so?
Absolutely.
How could they get you to do that?
Do you
How could
think
they
we
go-
could-
how
do you
could they-
think-
how
wait,
could-
hold
could
on.
somebody
Do you
just go, if you didn't commit a crime, could they get you to confess by just saying, Dan, I bet you're really sorry about it, though.
No.
And if you're like, no, but I didn't kill a person.
But that's not how they
And
get
he
you
goes, "No, but listen, you were angry. It was a tough day.
I get
and I
it.
bet you don't believe you wanted to do it. And you go, I didn't want to do it.
No, but that's not how they. That's not how
Seems
they.
to be what it is to me.
They lean on you for 9, 10, 12, sometimes 16 hours, and just breaking you down until
They
you're
don't
tired.
feed you.
No, they'll give you like a soda.
Hey, you want a
All
soda?
sugar.
But
and they
they-
don't let you pee.
They don't let you. It's just like crazy.
You're just locked in a room. No, I didn't do
You
it.
think they let you
Maybe
smoke
I did
butts?
it.
You're just lost
If you
in-
don't smoke, they make you smoke. But if you smoke, they won't let
They'd be
you.
like, you smoke. I'm like, okay, but you know, I
No.
quit 3 years ago.
They blow smoke at you.
like a cat.
You shouldn't have smoked that cigarette. No, you just.
Why'd
All
you
right, I
smoke
smoked that cigarette.
Did you smoke a cigarette?
killed
I
a
Dave?
guy.
should have quit.
I killed a girl.
I'll tell you what, Stephen Avery, if I was him and I didn't do it, I would be jumping the fuck up and down going, I didn't do this. I don't know how people who are accused of something that they're
But
innocent
I
of.
thought he did
I
in the
would be going
interrogation.
batshit crazy until they let me out or like drugged me. I don't know how people
Listen,
keep their cool.
Before
Do you know
most
what
of
I
the
mean?
evidence, the reason I believed him was how he handled the interrogation. For a guy who's supposed to be pretty dim himself,
Yeah.
under interrogation, he goes, look, I know you were angry. The state did terrible things to you. You know, they locked you up and everything, and you're probably angry and you wanted to get back at people. He goes, I don't know what you think I wanted to get back at them for. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He's like, look, we don't think you wanted to do it. He's like, I didn't want to do it. That's why I didn't do it. I
Yeah.
didn't do this.
He's like, I don't
And
know.
he was pretty, like, in his own goofy voice.
Yeah.
Like, he was saying,
yeah,
like,
I didn't do.
he was like, I didn't do it. He goes,
Well, I'm gonna be
I go,
home.
You probably wish you can go back and not do it. He goes, I don't have to go back because I didn't do it.
But when
Here's the deal. Hi, I'm Stephen Avery. I'm about to be $36 million richer, and when I am, I'm going to crush you like a bug.
Super
I'm
cunty.
gonna crush you like a Chrysler LeBaron.
Yeah, I've smashed cars my whole life, and I'm going to smash you in one of those cars.
I'm going to let Brandon watch me WrestleMania you and all your cup buddies.
We're going to set up a ring in the backyard. Mom will do it. Mom does everything.
Mom. Oh. Wow, where's her lower jaw? What the fuck happened to her? They found that in the fire pit.
I didn't know Stephen Avery was a fourth bloodhound. She was like a basset out of the human being.
Saddest part of that show.
Generation bloodhound.
Saddest part of that show is when she's frying a
She
hamburger
fries the
alone.
hamburger that eats it open faced.
Open faced
Yeah,
fucking
she ran
fry
a,
burger.
She ran a deli in Queens. Who does a fucking open-faced hamburger?
What an ugly,
She-
sad woman.
I'll tell you the unspoken hero character of that for me is his dad.
Love
Great.
Go, "They're gonna ball one time. Oh, come on, get him.
You know who he is?
They gonna get him one more again.
He's the guy in the overalls from Waterboy.
I'll say.
Yeah, but he's like,
Farmer Fran.
Yeah, Farmer Fran.
Man, the blood come out of the thing. Nah, we gonna do
I
it.
feel like he's like John Goodman's dad in Roseanne or something. He's just like,
Are you Dan Connor's father?
take him out back, report a little bit.
so messed up, man. Fucking crazy show. Now, who's like the smartest person on that whole
The Avery family.
What do you mean?
For selling
Who's the
it?
smartest in the Avery family?
Who would you put your money on? Smartest person in the Avery family.
First of all,
the dad?
I'd like to find, again, you guys have read more. I haven't read any articles because I don't want to have any spoiler alerts on what goes down. But I'd have to assume, like, somebody saw this coming because do you ever think in the middle of this, watching this thing, that, like, how the fuck do they have all this footage?
Yes.
They have a meeting before the sweep looking for the girl.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the family, like, just like a separate thing. Like somebody also thought to cover a meeting
It was a big news
to go looking for the girl.
But it was a big news story.
They have all the footage from trial. Oh, that's what I'm going to say about the trial. The EDTA guy. What was it he said to him? He goes, now you said that you're here to, the FBI got involved. So for people who are listening, EDTA is what they put in blood samples to preserve them. If they thought the cops planted blood on something, there would be traces possibly
in the RAV4.
In the but it just wherever you plant blood, that blood should have this EDTA in it. Now, if it's planted from the vial they thought it was planted from. He said there was no traces of that, but he goes, but the FBI is the only people apparently who do this test.
Yeah.
And why the FBI decided to get involved was because, and he said, and I'm quoting, maybe not exactly, but we want to make sure there's any bad law enforcement officers or anything that we want to suss them out and make sure they come to justice and lose their office. After he says all that and goes through his thing, he said they saw no EDT on those swabs. There were 6 markings of blood, but they only took 3 of them, and there didn't seem to be any trace amounts, any amounts of that EDT in those things. And he goes, now, wait a second. You guys got involved because you said you wanted to, suss out if there was any bad law enforcement officers or anything. He goes, but does this paperwork that you got and anything you understood say anything about trying to find if there's dirty or bad cops? Or does it just simply say, we're trying to find out if this blood was planted or not?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's, I thought, and like, watch that guy's face after that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he looks like he's like a spastic. Like his eyes start.
Yeah, he totally started.
He starts wigging out. Like his whole face just goes wacky.
He looked like if Don Mattingly in the Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer had a fucking baby.
I mean,
such a rockhead.
Remember when Han Solo got unfrozen?
Yeah.
In Jedi, and he couldn't see for a little bit. He's like, Chewie, is that you?
Yeah. The best is even to go along with you saying that they knew it was going to be a show or whatever. As he's doing that, he just looks and he goes, I guess you could say we're making a murderer.
Dun, dun, dun.
What? Voice to the camera.
I dismissed.
We got our name. Perfect.
That guy nailed it.
I wonder how many half documentaries are made that are not going to end good, and they're just going to throw out all the fucking footage. Like, I was wondering about that.
Well,
like, what if this just didn't go the way?
Well, here's the thing.
The entertaining way.
No, anything would have been entertaining on this show.
There are things omitted.
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 From your
read
blog
that?
Yeah,
readings?
which you should read about after.
Did you?
It's like Steve Avery actually confessed 3 times on the stand.
I found a videotape of actually him and Brendan going hog wild on her.
Just fucking
double teaming the bus driver,
toasting hot dogs over her frying corpse.
He's like, and I'll tell you this, you know who I think's going to win WrestleMania? Brock Lesnar.
Look, I'm wearing her nose.
No.
I'm wearing the girl's nose.
She didn't scream or bleed as much as I thought she was going to.
Just the fact that, again, spoiler alert, that I'll give you a warning
that the bus driver is so jerkable.
At least up to where I'm at now, like, he's guilty. And they say like he killed her in a garage. And he goes, even if he cleaned everything with the garage, he goes, there's cracks all over this concrete, like, there might be blood that seeped into the thing. So they jackhammered apart his entire thing, and there's still no blood. They go, is he the most sophisticated criminal of all time?
It'd be funny if they shut the door and he goes,
He's just licking his fingers.
I was born in Vienna.
What do you think?
To the simple
Mr.
part
Ripley?
of the world as a young boy, manipulating my way.
What do you think that bus driver listens to as she's driving around after she fucking drops the last kid off and lights up her fucking Newport
The Bonfire?
on Sirius XM
The
channel 95?
Bonfire? Did you notice every time he wrote it, he wrote Bonfire?
Yes, that's the title of this episode.
Bonfire?
Yeah. And we got to bring in I got to find them time codes because they say bonfire so much in episode 4 and 8. And I was stoned watching it and I was like, I should get up.
Like over to the Bonfire.
I should record this on my phone for drops for the show.
Bonfire?
Bonfire.
Where he's like,
He invited me over to the bonfire. And I was over at the bonfire, and
The
Big
bonfire?
J and Dan were there.
and we get included into the case.
I wonder what else they found in the fire pit when they were looking for her bones.
It's masterful.
A bunch of Marlboro Red butts.
It's masterful defense lawyering and masterful editing on that show, though.
Yeah.
How they end every show right around the hour mark with like a bombshell.
Crazy.
Gotta watch the next one.
A bombshell. Yeah, 9 and 10. We'll do it tonight, buddy. Let's tear
I'm ready,
through.
bro.
You're
I'm
not
ready.
ready, though. You say you're ready? but I
Wait,
don't
do you
think
guys
you're
have
ready.
8, 9, and 10, or
No.
just 9?
No, I
9
saw
and
8.
10. I watched the first 15 minutes of 9.
I watched about
So I know a
5
little
minutes
more.
of it.
Yeah. It's really...
Brendan, and his little pimply face, that sad sack.
I could
Son of a
never
bitch.
go to jail. I could never, ever go to jail.
Well,
That's
here's the
all.
thing about-
It gives me claustrophobia.
Bonnie McFarlane and I were talking about this show, and she had a great point about Brendan going to jail. He probably doesn't think it's bad because he doesn't know what's going on. Where he's like, those guys are mean.
My butt
Word?
hurts.
We go out into the yard and they don't want to wrestle. They want to wrestle for real.
Is they're really making a murderer too already? No, that's not a real thing. That's fake.
time he's out.
It says Mahesh Bhatt and Emran Hash.
I love how
Hashmi.
I love how backup bass player a young Stephen Avery looks, Allman Brothery, like
Oh, so.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like you could see him on a Flying Burritos Brother poster.
He's the new Riders of the Purple Sage.
Yeah.
Making a Murder
Djembe.
2 is a fucking a show on Al Jazeera Network. It looks like.
Already making the next murderers.
Yeah.
They made it a game show, America's Next Top Murderer.
Making a Murderer is
Welcome back.
is an Arab game show.
Here's what we do.
Who gets to be the next murderer?
We take Sharia law and we see who breaks it.
I made a bomb out of thoughts.
Yeah.
Leave your sisters, girlfriends, wives, and moms at home
Because one
this
of
is an
them's-
all-man affair.
One of them's dying.
This season, we have a 10-year-old boy in the mix. Will he win?
Is he retarded? That was the Wisconsin version. In this one, he's a genius.
He's a bomb maker.
They just have him out quizzing the detectives. They just chop his hand off. That's the interrogation.
Yeah, I think making of murder. First of all, it says making of murderer, which is pretty hilarious.
That's the bootleg one you buy
Like I
on
love
the
that
B train.
it's like it's written as they speak wrong. Making of murderer.
Making of murder.
I created the making of murder.
Making of murderer. It was my idea. It was taken.
Oh,
It's called making murder. Murder making.
murder maker.
Murder maker.
You want me?
They call me murder maker?
Making of a murder.
Making of murder too.
Murder.
Mahesh Bhatt and Emran Hassan.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's an Indian movie just called Murder 2. And it's the making of the movie Murder 2.
That's great. Can we get a little audio from this?
Murder too.
Oh,
इतना
yeah.
बड़ा ब्रांड है, इतना बड़ा फ्रेंचाइज है, तो उसको हम डेफिनेटली उसको हमें कैपिटलाइज करना चाहिए.
The music thumping. Making Murder 2.
It's fast in pace. It's got a thriller plot. It's got twists and turns.
It's
and
like
it's got
Born
high amount of
Identity.
eroticism in the film.
मर्डर 2 ने वो कर दिखाया है जो बहुत कम लोग कर पाए अब तक.
This looks like that's like the guy's dad who's
That
mad here at his
movie,
house.
that movie is going to suck dick for sure.
And we're gonna watch the whole thing on the show.
I hope it goes to Murder 4. I'm staying with the whole series.
Like American
Ernest goes
Ninja?
to murder.
Ernest goes to Murder.
Ernest
Hey,
saves
Vern.
murder too.
Hey, Vern.
I love it. Like Stephen Avery comes out in Making of Murder too.
Yeah, I'm
We
so
flew
you're
in-
saying 9 and 10 Soder are going to be. It's going to be something. We're going to be.
Hey, you get heartbroken.
Because you kind of broke my spirit a little bit because I watched episode 8 like that was the finale because you told me you were so excited for me to watch episode 8.
Yeah,
You
that's the death.
I know,
blow.
but you go 9 and 10 are just sort of clean up, and then I was kind of like, oh, are these not going to be good episodes?
But I was lying to you.
Oh, you set me up, you
Curveball.
son of a bitch! You
Jeez.
son of a bitch!
You asshole! I was.
Who do
lying.
you think Stephen Avery's actually guilty? Pre all the shit that you're going to read later,
Nope.
you think he's innocent?
I think, dude, some brown-toothed goob lady in a diner in that documentary essentially said she didn't know. It seemed like she didn't think much of Stephen Avery, but she goes, "Do I think this little town, even to give up $400,000 and their name of like they already feel stupid for what they already feel stupid for what they've done? Do I think they would go through all this trouble just to make sure this guy looks like he is a real piece of shit and thank God he was off the streets for 18 years?" Yeah, I do. And some toothless
by the way-
goob thinks that. Yes, I think so too.
And that was
I
that-
take all my cues from toothless goobs.
Goobs. She went from
too.
brown tooth to toothless.
And that was at like the shittiest bar around a pool table.
Oh yeah, that's where it's like it's really well lit up even at night. It's
Everybody-
always well lit.
Everybody had a Pennzoil jacket on.
Yeah.
I fucking love
dude.
that.
When we were in
Nothing like
it's like a Cleveland. Cleveland's got bars. Like I remember we went to that place to eat for lunch. Mikey was with me in Cleveland recently, and you go to it's just like well lit.
Nothing gets
You
my
can see everyone's flaws.
nothing gets my dick harder than a nice Sea-Doo jacket.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, his girlfriend Jody. But I'll tell you what.
Heartbreaking.
And I said this with Christine sitting there. As far as Jody goes, you got to take yourself out of this for a second and go. Steve Avery could have done way worse.
Dude,
He's a celebrity.
first off, they were perfect for each other. She was hot for him, and he
She was
was
hot for him.
and he was hot for her. Maybe.
You're the one and only. I want to marry you.
Yeah.
By the way, he wasn't a bad looking when he was like young.
Yeah,
This
he
guy
looked
could have
like-
gotten
he looked
fucking
like Greg
Williamsburg, fucking Brooklyn tail nonstop.
Are you know how many?
Get those young Steve
Those
Avery
blue
pictures
eyes
up there.
and that
He had
dirty
that,
blonde.
he had that
There he
great
is.
that pin straight shag hair.
Yeah, he looked like a fat Cobain.
Yeah, no, but he wasn't fat when he was young.
Well, Cobain was skinnier, is my point.
Well, Cobain had a junk problem, okay? He was actually a worse person
He
than
had a
Steve
junk
Avery.
food problem.
You heard it here first. Kurt Cobain's a worse person than Steve Avery ever was.
Soder, did you read the Ken Krantz?
Oh, Steve Avery, the baseball player?
Dude, you know what's so funny? I just remembered him. As we were talking about this, I was like, yeah, he's on
He's
the
getting a lot. He's getting a lot of phone calls he doesn't want to be getting right now.
Hey, Steve, did you kill a lady in Wisconsin?
No, man.
No, I threw a shutout to the Brewers in '91.
Yeah,
There
he
he
wasn't
is.
a bad looking guy.
He's like a fatter Cobain.
This guy would be getting fucking Dan St. Germain's spill off.
If he was in a bar and he was like,
Go like 2 over.
if he was in a bar and he was like, I make my own furniture, he'd be getting so much Williamsburg pussy.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like someone that already did it. He looks like Galifianakis. That's pretty funny. Go back a couple pictures. That was actually really hilarious. He looks like, is that the idea? The 5 actors should play him, Jeremy Renner. Are they going to make a movie of this? That'd be great.
What? It is
Wait,
a
making a movie
It's
of a movie?
series.
I know, but it'd be cool if they made a movie of the thing. You don't like doing that?
I don't watch the same story.
I watched all of the Paradise Lost thing. That's the West Memphis 3 shit. I watched 4 documentaries on that.
I gotta watch those.
And then I watched Devil's Pass, which is the movie they made about it.
Have you spent a night overnight in jail? Ever?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Wow, for what? No.
Always like fighting stuff, and then it was like an unpaid ticket. Fighting was usually I was out at the same time, but unpaid tickets, like you had to see a judge the next day, kind of shit.
They lock you up for that?
Here in New York, yeah. I was driving. I didn't know I didn't have a license. I didn't know it was suspended because I didn't pay a ticket.
Wow.
They got me here in New York. That's the only time in New York I spent the night overnight.
They put you in General Pop?
Tombs, dude. Took me all over the place. Chain gang me to a dude who had it was crazy. They picked me up, or they got me. They pulled me over. Then they said they had to arrest me. Carla was pregnant with Isabella, and she was like, "Well, I'll just take over driving." I'm sorry, we didn't know that. It's not illegal to have a suspended license. It's illegal to drive on one.
Yeah.
So she's like, "I'll just take over driving." I was like, "Yeah, officer, I'm sorry, I didn't know that it was thing. I'll take care of that too as soon as possible." It was like, "Nah, we already ran your thing, so we have to arrest you." So I kind of got that. I was like, "I get it. I guess, what are you going to do?" And then they're like, you'll see a judge, he'll tell you what you got to do and you get out. And I'm like, yeah, okay. No problem. And I get out of the car, and then immediately, I thought we were all kind of being like nice to each other, the cops.
Yeah.
And then like, I literally, I go, so what do I got? I go, can you, like cuff me away? My little brother was visiting.
Yeah.
Which made my parents super happy because he was like 13 at the time.
Great.
They go, put your hands behind your back. I was like, sure. And I put my hands behind my back. And then, like, immediately he grabbed my wrist and, like, put my face down on the car, like, hard.
And then whipping posts started playing out of his car?
Yeah, no. Then they got mad that, like, he was having a hard time with I have big wrists, so he was having a hard time with the cuffs, and he was getting pissed off, like, at me. And they brought over, funny, like, an Asian cop came over, and he was even saying, like, I think he even said, like, like, hey, he's like, he's not fighting, man. He's fine. Like, he was kind of cool.
Really?
But I wasn't going with him. I was going with the other 2 guys. And they put me in the car, and I remember driving and just being like, oh, I'll try to keep it light and just talk to these guys. You know what I mean? I'll just talk to
them. Goddamn criminal.
They know They know that I'm there for an unpaid seatbelt ticket. They told me
You're
that.
like, I hate the Eagles, man.
How great would it be if, while you're in the back, they just change it? Like, yeah, well, that little girl didn't have to die.
What?
Yeah, we got it.
Well, actually, funny how they got me was more this. They go, I never been in jail in New York before, so I didn't know like the terms and their local fucking horseshit here. I also didn't watch enough SVU at the time. I've become a fan since.
Okay.
I would have known what they meant here, but they were laughing, and I go, hey guys, I was like, can you be? I mean, give me like a broomstick up the butt like joke, which probably in hindsight was bad taste. And
since you're heading to a place where that's
it's probably in bad taste.
Yeah, possibility.
And they go, oh, you goes, you're hilarious, man. He goes, they're gonna love you down in the tombs. And just the word the tombs was so like, you're like, oh, what does that mean?
Butthole
And
tightening.
they go, oh, you'll see soon enough. But actually, first thing they did, it happened in Midtown, like in the 50s. They took me to a precinct in the 70s first. I sat in there with a guy named Hector who kept just yelling he was innocent in his cell. It was 2 cells, and I was in one, he was in the other for some reason. Kept saying he was innocent, and then I'm again making jokes. I'm like, yeah, me too. And I was even kind of doing like the nobody knows the trouble I was like doing like the, like rubbing like the cup. I guess I was rubbing the cup against the bar, and like, the guy just wouldn't break. The guy was filling out paperwork, and he wouldn't break, and he was kind of shitty. Then they took me again, and they brought me in the back of a car, cuffed me again, brought me in the back of a car, took me up to Harlem.
Okay. Way game.
Harlem, they chained me to some much more unsavory characters than my friend Hector.
Hector was actually...
Hector ended up being an all right dude.
Yeah, by comparison.
I was...
Hector's grandfather.
The guy who I was first or last, depending how he walked, in the chain gang line.
Yeah.
You're all chained by your wrists.
Oh, boy.
With this guy who, he was dressed like, it was like a Wu-Tang wedding outfit, sort of. It was like a sweater vest with nothing underneath it.
Yes.
Wow.
We call that's like a mid-90s LL Cool J. It can also be...
This was...
DMX?
This was the early aughts we're talking here.
This is a DMX version.
Yeah. Skinny, tall, skinny guy. And he was wearing dress pants and dress shoes, but he was like bleeding in different parts of his like arm and stuff like that and face. And he had this big like Wishnick troll hair. And I was next to him, and they put us all next to each other, and he just seemed like he was in a way worse mood than I was even. And then they load us all into like this bread truck sort of thing. Like it's a police thing, but it was police, but it was like how, like a U-Haul.
We got to put you guys on the milk route.
I'm not exaggerating. They put us in
into the East River.
Maybe there was vents in the sides, but it was like a ventless U-Haul, I would say almost, with like
It's a big square.
It's a big square, yeah, and they have like a short bench on each side of it. There was 4 sets of 5 of us chain gang together. So 2 sets sat, and I was in the part that stood and held on to this like little bar. Hot. Summertime. Really, really hot. And now, every day, I cry 1 tear.
That's the sound
for the
getting on the train.
But they and I'm on the thing, and I'm hearing people like they're starting to, everyone's getting ornery, man, because it's like hot in this thing. And people are looking to fight. We can't see a thing. It's pitch black.
What?
And they're just driving down like Park Avenue, is how they took down. I know that because it's the way we came up. And it was like, it's all over the place. The car, this thing's getting thrown all over the place. And people are bumping into each other and literally getting into like shoving matches.
No.
And all I feel is I'm holding this thing. I don't want to fall.
Yeah.
My other arm's chained to a guy, so it's got to stay low. And I feel
How
sweat.
tired was your arm?
Man.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I just know there was sweat coming down my arm, and I was like, I'm going to start sweating on the people sitting.
Shit.
And I'm like, and that's going to be a fight. I don't want to be in a fight in this close. I was terrified of this situation.
Yeah, it's the last place you
I'm
want to
like,
get into
come
a
on,
fight.
man. So I'm just like trying to like every time they'd stop at a light, like trying to like wipe my arm on my own like side of my body, and then go back up and hold the thing. Awful.
Jesus
Take us down to 100 Center Street. The guy who I'm chained to, Wishnick Troll Hair, is being just less than cooperative, we'll say, with everybody. He's calling the black cops Uncle Toms and all this shit. He's going haywire at these guys, trying to fight people and everything like that. So,
and you're chained to him.
Chained to him. They finally let us go. They put us all into the cells.
Yeah.
Take our pictures. They do the whole thing. I'm in the cell with this guy, and now I'm just sitting there trying to like be small in a corner, mind my business. Whatever. Wishnick Troll Hair guy comes over, and he keeps asking me what time it is. Kept asking me what time it is, and I'm telling him the time. But he's doing it like, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. At this point, it's probably like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
I was just doing him.
Oh, yeah. 1 in the morning, Dan. No, it was like 1 in the morning.
What time is it?
And I keep telling him, and then finally he asked to the point. And again, I wasn't physically intimidated by this guy.
Yeah.
I was physically intimidated by the situation because I'm like, this guy's probably got more friends in here than I have. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I don't want to be in a fist fight in here.
Can I?
You know what I mean? Like it's not a fist fight where you get pulled and we're going to be somewhere else. Yeah.
Were you
Mike.
in a cell alone, or were you actually?
No, there was
with
a
him?
whole. We're in the tombs now. What they're talking about. Also in the tombs, they give you back all of your shit they took at first.
What?
Shoelaces, belts, everything, and I'm like, I don't want them back.
Yeah.
Because when I'm asking why are you taking them, they're saying weapons.
Yeah.
Choking, trying to kill yourself, all these things, and I'm like, okay. And then they're giving it all back. Keys, I'm telling you everything. And I was like,
and you're just like 11 weapons. He's like a fucking.
I'm almost going, I don't want it back. Like, I didn't want it back.
So like,
I stubbed my toe on your boot, and it hurts like a motherfucker.
I don't need weapons.
Yeah, I do this with my hands.
So you're in the tombs.
I just imagine you sitting Indian style in the middle of the jail cell now.
Someone told me a story about that happening once. Like a little like little tiny Asian guy who just sat Indian style, like kicked one guy in the throat who was giving him shit eventually, and then went back to sitting like that. And no one bothered him again the rest of the time. But I wasn't there.
That's awesome.
And so the guy kept asking me for the time, and finally I was like, "Hey man," I go, "I'll tell you the time, dude." I go, "But I mean, the guy said we're gonna be here till tomorrow. He already told us that. Like, stop asking me. I'll tell you the time. Just like, give me an hour."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, man, you're right, man. My bad." He goes, "Just give me the watch." And I was like, and then it wasn't even a backpedal. But I was like, "Look, dude, you asked me the time. Just, I'm not giving you my watch, but you can ask me the time." I didn't even get. Now I've already dialed back from the hour. Like, I'm not saying I'm not saying ask whenever you want, but I'm definitely doing like the, hey man, just ask a little less. It's cool. I'll hold the watch. It's fine. You don't want the burden of holding the watch. People are gonna be asking you for the time. You're gonna be going through all that.
I'll play Big Ben.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's a knockoff. It's not real.
Guy took a wild swipe at me. Somehow missed.
What?
And then I just kind of grabbed his face, and we were just fucking grabbing each other, like both of us kind of going for each other's throats. And I just was like yelling the word officer, and the cop came over and like literally just wraps the bars with his stick, and he's like, "Hey, knock it off," and he stops. Then I was sitting there, and he just was like staring at me.
Fuck.
For the next hour,
sobbing uncontrollably.
For the next hour, he's sitting there, and I'm just kind of sitting there, keeping like a hard face on myself, but inside just going like, all I'm saying is, "Don't fall asleep, don't fall asleep." And then I fell asleep. Woke up to this guy's hand on my throat.
Come on.
And yeah, and then it just made me like swinging at him. We're just kind of grabbing and pushing, and the cop came over again and broke us up. He ended up getting moved to a different cell, but it's a cell, dude. I'm telling you, there's 30 people in these cells, each one. At one point, I guess from people moving around enough, they were condensing cells.
Oh, shit.
And I was just the last one to stand up from the last one. I was the last person to get up. Everyone's kind of out of the cell, and the guy goes, "You want to come over?" The cop. And I was like, wait. I'm like, I don't have to go over there. He's like, "I don't care." I was like, "You can stay in here if you want." And you just look over at like now probably about 40, 50 people in that cell.
Yeah.
And you just say to yourself, if I'm going to be with them again at some point.
Right.
If I'm clearly that guy who stayed back this one time, like that's going to probably worse. So let me just go in. And I went into the thing. That cell ended up being like, me and that guy never had a thing. I don't even remember he was in the cell anymore, but I remember getting to hear such great conversations, like just like literally like the movie South Central, like an older black guy with a long beard, like wearing one of those like knitted like goofy hats, was just sitting there telling stories. He was like, everything's weird. He goes, "Man," he goes, "let me tell you, brother, something. You cut off the head, the body died. That's what happened to the mafia." He goes, he was like, "John Gotti got killed, whole mafia fall apart. Cut off the head, the body died." Someone goes, "What'd you do?" He goes, "I whooped up on my stepdaughter." It has nothing to do with anything that he was talking about.
That's hilarious. You don't understand.
By the way, actually, I always forget, because I told the story so much when I was like younger, when it happened. I forgot that he also said that John Gotti died from aneurysm cancer, which is one of my favorite things I've ever heard in my life.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Aneurysm cancer is my favorite.
Here's what happens. You get an aneurysm, but you okay.
Aneurysm
That
cancer.
aneurysm starts smoking.
Yeah. If you hurt a man,
maybe
he will eventually, his wounds will heal.
Maybe that aneurysm was working around a lot of asbestos.
His aneurysm had the cancer.
Don't you understand that mesothelioma, or as I call it, the white man's grip on society? What you in here for? Pocket tickets.
I whoop on my stepdaughter.
Stole a Twix.
My stepdaughter came home late. I yelled at him.
So yeah, he has like Les Miserables crimes.
Yeah.
I stole bread from my family.
Diamonds to feed my family.
Insider trading tips.
But and then my last fight was over those frozen sandwiches. That's what it was. It was over those like frozen sandwiches. A guy asked me for my sandwich. Actually, I'd given it to. I gave my first. They're frozen. They're completely frozen, by the way, straight through. They're inedible. Bologna sandwich on bread. It's the ones they've given us were frozen in a little thing of chocolate milk.
Okay. Did you keep the milk though?
I drank the chocolate milk.
It's delicious.
And a guy asked me if he could have my.
Was it like Super Cow, like elementary school milk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the boxes. The guy asked me if he could have my sandwich if I wasn't eating it. And I went, yeah, sure. And I handed it to him, and he was like, and he took it from me, and he goes, bitch ass motherfucker. This was way early in the night, so I'm sorry to jump back, but I forgot about that. He called me a bitch ass motherfucker, and I was like, all right. I was like, oh, like I guess I get it. Like that's like we're deciding the hierarchy, I guess, of this stupid. By the way, I was in there for 20 hours. That's it. I mean, like I said, it's a long time, but like
that's a
for
long
all
20
these
hours.
things that happen in 20 hours, yeah. So later, I'm in the last cell before I go to see the judge. I've talked to the public defender already, and I'm sitting there. I'm feeling less bad now. There's a Mexican guy in there sharpening his keys on the wall.
Oh,
Weird.
They
give us the sandwiches again, and the guy says to me,
with the keys?
No, they give me a sandwich, and no, not keys guy. Keys guy was just smiling at me, which I thought was weird while he was sharpening keys. I don't know if he was saying, like, check this out, or, like, you're next. But they give us the sandwiches, and I'm just not eating mine again. And some guy goes, hey, man, he goes, let me get that sandwich. And so I didn't want it, so I literally just say to him, I go, yeah, dude, listen, you could have the sandwich, because I don't want it. I'm not eating it. So you could have it. I go, if I wanted it, though.
I'm absolutely not a bitch-ass motherfucker.
No, I didn't even say I just go, if I wanted it, though, I wouldn't give it to you. Just so you know that. But I'll give it to you. I don't care. And he goes, I ain't eating it either, man. I'm going to use that shit as a pillow. And then I said, I go, well, dude, then I'm not going to, because there's homeless guys. There's people in there that no one's bothering because there's just, like, gross homeless people. Yeah. I go, I'm just going to give it to one of those guys. And he goes, man, give me the sandwich. And he, like, pushed my face. And then me and him had that was literally, like, I just threw a wild shot and, like, hit him. Like in the neck or like and just like I just hit him and looked for the cop because that was much closer quarters and I'm like the cops were kind of right there.
How close quarters?
The size of this room they're in right now, so I don't know what is
fucking
this.
A, man.
Fucking 20 by 30 or something maybe. Not even 20. It's like 20.
Hardened.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you, when I went to that judge and he basically goes, like it's like $80 fine and time served. Like you thought I beat murder the way I cheered. Yeah. I started shaking hands. I walked out there so happy. Dude, it was the worst. It was horrible, horrible situation. But I mean, a killer story, I guess. But
Jesus
I mean, like,
fucking Christ,
if that ever happens again, call me again, and I'll answer with my phone going, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be, I don't know. I mean, it's like poor people lose.
Well, Jay, were you driving or not?
Poor people lose. You never spent the night in jail ever?
No.
You have such white face.
I know. I do this.
I did.
Senator, can I give you a call? You did?
Yeah, but it wasn't at all. I spent a night in North Haven jail.
Mike's playing acoustic guitar. The cops are all singing along together.
The cops got his shoes off up on the
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese and an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts while I waited for my mom to come get me. That was my.
That's great.
But I did get arrested a bunch and got promised to appears, which if they did end up bringing me to jail, I would have been maybe even still in jail. But I got away with it. The drug, remember I told you I was driving up in Maine. I hitchhiked to a Phish show.
You had a trunk made of hash.
There was a guy with a hockey bag that was driving with us, and he had a pound of mushrooms, a pound of weed, about $5,000 in a Ziploc bag, a bunch of scales and pipes and all types of shit. And we got pulled over by Maine.
And a poster rolled up that says, "Take me to your dealer." It's an alien
it's pointing
poster.
at him.
It's a novelty
with a black light. We got pulled over for not having a light on the license plate. And the guy searched. The cop goes up to the window and says, "We just want to see if you guys have any tanks or rocket launchers or grenades, things that you'd never have. Like if you weren't guilty, you would go, what the fuck are you talking about, tanks?" And the cop would probably be like, "All right, go ahead." But you show a little bit of fucking nerves.
But you've learned that lesson because you're good. That I don't buckle with cops, but I really, when a cop talks to me, comes to speak to me, I feel like he's already like fucking decided like I'm a problem.
You feel like an Avery?
So you say I have a lot of white confidence.
You so much white confidence.
I don't think it's
Mike.
white confidence. I think it's just fuck them, you know, kind of.
No,
That's white confidence.
No, it's not. Well,
Yes, it is.
I don't care.
Michael Park in a spot that's like not a legal spot, but he's like, it's fine. Like, what the fuck they gonna do? Worst comes down, they come over. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with a cop telling me, he goes, you can't put your car here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I didn't mean to.
If I get out of my car and a cop goes, sir, I just get right back in my car. And I lock the door, and then I just start driving away.
He could be like, we're giving away wreaths today, sir.
Yeah.
Have you watched on this show Jimmy Justice ever?
What's Jimmy Justice?
Then don't say no more. I can't believe we haven't watched.
We
it
gotta
on
take
this
a break.
show. We should take a break and come back and listen. You want to hear white?
I'll finish my.
You want to hear white
arrest story.
confidence? No, please finish it.
Then, after
Don't finish it now.
Well, now I feel rushed.
Is it a longie?
Oh, I didn't know Mike was such a diva.
Well, I don't use bologna sandwiches as pillows in mine. But we got.
Neither did that guy. We got straightened shit out with
because
that
you ain't no
motherfucker.
bitch ass motherfucker. No, we were. The cop shined a flashlight in the car, and the driver's girlfriend had a joint rolled on her lap.
Oh.
Everybody out of the car. A buddy of mine had Nathan mushrooms in his hand, and he saw the cop to his right, and he ditched it to the left.
Smart.
Didn't see another cop standing there.
Just
the
hits the
bag
cop.
just nailed the cop in the hip and rolled down his foot. It looked like
so great.
cartoonishly. And he goes, here we go. Threw my buddy in the car. We all stand over
If
here.
I were your buddy, I'd be like, I'll go get in the back.
It was pretty much just like, it was like Ralphie.
Martinez, I didn't see you standing there.
He went, fudge.
Yeah. Did you say fudge?
He said the word, the queen mother.
Oh,
of
he
dirty
did.
The F dash word.
Fudge.
And I
I
looked
didn't
at
say fudge.
and I went, wah, wah. And they go, everybody out of the van. They find the kid's bag, like a big Bauer hockey bag full of shit.
Either you're playing for the Easton Hawks or we're going to have a problem here.
Everybody out finds it. They found my shit. I had a couple illegal things in my bag.
Yeah.
And they gave us a promise to appear in court
They give you a promise ring?
and let us go. A promise to appear ring.
Hey, we're the only cops that can pull you over.
They made the ticket into a ring and put it on.
You're like, Mike, Mr. Fenoya, what are you doing the night of September 7th?
Would you like to have a breakfast sandwich and some Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
Would you come to court with me?
Did you go to court with me? Yes or no? Circle yes or no. Anyway, I got away with it, but I'm scared of jail, and I'll kill myself before I go to jail.
But you are not. But you don't have just a walking fear of cops. I don't look at cops as like
fear of cops.
If I'm going,
I think they're
if I'm in a
assholes.
bad neighborhood, I like their presence. I live on a block that has a police station on it. Makes me feel very comfortable that they're there. But I don't think, except for the ones, there's a few that are fans, which is kind of funny. But I said, I had a thing with cops. You know what? I'll tell us when we come back. We do have to take a break.
Real quick, though. Whenever I know exactly what you're talking about. Cops are like, to me, they're like pit bulls. And when they're like on your side, you're like, this guy's, look how muscular his body is. And then they look, and then the second a cop stares at me is like when a pit bull growls at me, and I'm like, I don't want to be near that.
I don't want this. These things are aggressive
Get away,
animals.
get
They should be
away.
in the wild.
Dicky.
We'll be right back. It's the bonfire.
And now back to the bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's a little JCM right there.
That's a guy that's comfortable in a tight black t-shirt.
That reminds
John
me of,
Coog.
that reminds me of the jukebox at my first job, Angelo's Pizza. It was that and Van Halen Jump.
Really?
Yeah.
This song played a lot?
Yeah. A lot
You know
of
what I like about John Cougar Mellencamp? He's a rock and roll guy, but he's very prideful in his dancing.
That's weird.
He is. Like, I think in one of his songs, what's the song where he goes, because I know I'm a real good dancer. What's the song?
He's fleet of foot.
Is it The Wall Comes Crumbling Down? Is that the song? Check that out.
What about that
I'll go
song?
through the whole catalog of JCM right now.
Well, he danced a lot in the video for Wild Night. Remember,
Yes.
With what's her face there?
Michelle and Degiacello.
Yeah.
Come on out and make romance.
Yeah, he is. He's a guy that probably is the first one to take his shirt off at the pool.
Yeah, he's very, very confident. But I think
He's like a flamboyant Bruce.
there's The Wall Comes Crumbling Down. I think that's the one where he says it. Crumbling, tumbling. Crumbling, tumbling. So just checked out.
No,
I'm
You
not a
guys
big,
you guys pick your JCM songs.
not a big Coog fan.
Come on.
Not a big Coog fan at all.
I'll say it right now. I'm not either.
I hate him.
The guy fights 30.
Jesus.
30 always wins.
I would say I hate him.
I want to kill him. I'd rather go to jail than listen to Coog.
Oh.
I'm so scared.
If
of
you were
jail.
in jail, would you take his frozen sandwich?
I call him a punk ass motherfucker and dance over.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
That wasn't the question, Fenoya. The question was,
Bitch ass
would I take a sandwich?
motherfucker.
Yes, I would.
good for you.
And I'd give it to the homeless man.
So you never spent a night in jail?
Nope.
That's right, man. You just said I don't know, but you are afraid of cops.
Fucking A.
Why are you
But they've
guys so afraid of
they've
cops?
never given you shit.
I mean, I've been detained. I haven't been, I just don't like them. It's not that I don't like cops, it's they scare the shit out of me.
Were cops like huge assholes
But
in
they're
Aurora?
supposed to make you feel good.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
supposed to make you feel safe. And I said, I feel safe with their presence. I don't want any of their attention at all.
No, that's why I've always been afraid of them.
When I'm in a
I
store,
stay away from it.
When I'm in a store with them, I got to go to one of the delis, because they said they're on my block. So I go to the deli and there's two cops in the deli. I just feel like they can find something.
Yes.
If I have nothing wrong, I'm not doing anything. I'm like,
Do I
are these
smell like weed?
Are these cigarettes in my pocket? Okay?
I didn't want the attention of
Is
the
this
cops
illegal?
so bad that, I've always been afraid of them for no reason. And really, there doesn't have to be a reason, because I've watched countless hours of television about people getting locked up for shit they didn't do, and that's terrifying. Your story right there about you not being able to fall asleep is one of the levels of hell to me.
Yeah, totally.
Some guy staring at me angrily, and I'm just like, well, I am tired.
Can we make up?
I have to go to sleep.
I can't believe you woke up with him choking you.
Yeah, I can't believe
you know what
watching.
I
Why can't we watching over your shoulder when I'm watching here that you don't like John Cougar Mellencamp?
Crumbling, tumbling.
I can't believe you didn't wake up while he was choking you, and you're just like, hey,
You just Eskimo kiss him.
like, hi, morning. That'd have been great.
Wow.
If you were so badass while he was choking you, you woke up and you went, morning.
Back to sleep.
Hey, sunshine, you ready for round two?
You just hit the snooze button.
I'm gonna bite your fucking troll nose off.
A little harder, please. A little harder.
A little harder.
I want you to.
I can't.
I'm almost there.
Okay, I can't.
I'm almost
Yeah,
there.
start beating off
yeah.
right
Do you know
away.
who my uncle is? David Carradine.
Bring that bologna sandwich over. I'll melt it.
God, I want to kiss your face. Look at your dress clothes.
Not there.
Look at those arms out of that sweater vest.
I'm so scared of
I just
going
realized-
to jail, but I'm not scared of the police at all. I would kill myself or go to another country.
I just realized that you don't like John
Yeah,
Cougar
because-
Mellencamp because of that fucking big, long tuft of hair. Look how much hair he has, Fenoy. You hate it.
I used to have the exact same hair
No.
when I was like 9.
I know.
My whole life.
You look like a giant. You look
Rewind
like a
that,
tiny,
Lou.
I had white kid.
It didn't
like,
get the respect. This is the only reason I know. Yeah.
Wow.
There he goes.
I can't see. This is why this fucking studio sucks, because everyone's watching it. Oh,
No, it doesn't matter. You don't have to watch anymore. He just told you he's a real good dancer.
He's dancing with 4 parking meters.
And he's right. Do you know what's funny? John Cougar Mellencamp, it literally seems like if Corey Feldman actually had a little bit of extra talent.
Soder, I wish
It's
I
the
could
same
show
kind of
you.
delusional how awesome. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't do that. He just jumped over a parking meter. I was never able to do that as a kid.
Especially
I'll tell you what, though.
501s that are 3
I'll tell you
sizes
what,
too
dude.
small.
I'll tell you what, I crashed my dick into about 18 of them, though, trying. Because everybody else did
Doing
it.
the Coug.
that guy wrote some honest lyrics. He is a real good
He's a
dancer.
real good dancer.
Oh, he just did a split. I mean, this guy's got moves for sure. I mean, in fact, I didn't even know how many moves he had until I just watched this video.
I
He's
had that
also-
exact. I had that exact same hairdo for like a good 5 or 6 years.
Get down from that ladder,
I swear,
Coog.
I thought you were going to say minutes.
No, for. I had beautiful hair.
He has so much confidence. He's singing on the top of a
Oh,
ladder.
and he just slid down the do not slide down
It's
side.
the Coog.
That's the side you do not go on.
I
He slid down it.
I imagine when he went to record this video, he just walked in and went, "Just roll the cameras. I got the rest."
Just go. Just leave the camera. I'm gonna make love to it.
If you guys just hit that little red
Oh,
button,
hang on. Well, the lighting guy's got to get the ladder out of
There
here.
you guys
Leave
go.
the ladder.
leave the ladder. Yeah.
Just leave that one guy playing a snare.
Well, what we
on a
wanted to
block
do
of
is
ice.
we wanted to build a street with the 4 parking meters. Yeah, just put them all together.
That's cool. I'm gonna leapfrog them.
I think I got something lined up.
They're all gonna be pregnant.
Do you guys remember that? Do you know what song I'm recording here tonight? Like Crumbling Down? Yeah. Can you read me the first verse? I'm a real good dancer. Now what the fuck does that say?
I
to
got
you?
guys thumbing through. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I know I'm a real good dancer." Yeah, it is in here. I know I'm a real
It
good
is.
dancer.
My bad.
That is
Yeah,
in
you're
here.
right.
I must
it
have
is
my
in there.
glasses.
Apologies.
As I said, leave the lights on and let yourself out the fucking door. I'm about to make a goddamn music video.
You come back in here in 2 hours when you get your fucking head out of your fucking ass.
Soder, do you like Bruce? Do you like the boss?
Yeah, I like the boss just fine.
Just fine.
I'm not like a huge Springsteen guy.
I fucking hate him.
Really?
No, I just want to go big with Mike. I brought up for the thing talking about the fear of cops thing and having none of it. Again, this is mostly traffic cops. He does this too, but Jimmy Justice.
Oh God, this is hysterical.
Who's Jimmy Justice?
So come sit over here, Soder. Let's move this.
Jimmy Justice is great.
Jimmy Justice is, I'm going to say, a borderline lunatic who goes out there and he catches cops, which, by the way, I wish I had the balls to do because I see this a lot, and I'm sure we all do. Cops just fucking up, just doing their thing. How many times a day do you see cops throw on their fucking cherries just to go through a red light?
I like that you call it a cherries like you were in the force for 15 years.
I wasn't. I was in the back of that car so many times, though.
He's the president of the Police Benevolence Association.
Me and Kirk and Metzger got arrested together before. We spent a couple hours in jail together. Yeah, it was. I've had weird thing. Yeah, weird.
Uncle Jailbird Joey over here.
Yeah. But this guy finds him do that as like illegal U-turns, parking in front of a hydrant while they go get food.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's crazy. So his voice, you are gonna fall in love with this. He comes out.
He's amazing.
He calls this one. Go to traffic cop makes illegal U-turn. I'm not sure if it's her, but he calls one big fat black lady cop a boob, and it's my favorite thing ever. You're a boob.
New York City vehicle and traffic law prohibits making U-turns within a business district. And Jimmy Justice. Look at her. Hi.
They get so mad at him, but there's nothing they can do, and he's screaming in their faces.
He's my hero.
And he's just waiting. Look at him like a cop. He's just waiting to pop him.
Yeah.
You made an illegal U-turn in a business district. You made an illegal U-turn in a business district, and I have it on video.
Don't do that.
What kind of example are you for the citizens of New York? You're a police officer. You're not supposed to make a U-turn within a business district.
Can you get out of my face?
You're not allowed to make a U-turn in a business district in the city of New York. You violated the law. You're supposed to.
Come on, arrest me.
I don't have the authority to arrest you, but I have the authority to videotape you, call 311, and file a report against you.
Call him.
I will.
Call him.
Because I have it all on video.
Call him now.
You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law.
Can I just say, I love this woman, and
do you?
I think her confidence is amazing.
She has white guy confidence.
Oh, she does. She has do you know who my dad is? Confidence.
Really, I'm surprised you love her because she should have the confidence. She has a fucking gun and a badge.
Yeah,
but he doesn't, and he's just he goes so much harder. Watch these. These are great.
Okay.
You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law.
Get out of my face. I'm going to get you arrested.
What?
Video on me, and I said don't do it.
I videoed you breaking the law.
Don't video me.
You're the one who broke the law, not me. Why are you mad at me?
You want to call 1-911? You want to call him? You want to call him?
Let me see your badge number, please. Yes. I want your badge number.
Call him.
I want your badge number. You made an illegal U-turn in New York City. You're supposed to enforce the law, not violate the law. Now you're going dropping your radio. You're a boob. You're a boob.
Do you want to call them?
I will call them. I want your badge number, and I will file a 311 report against you. You forgot something. Hello, you forgot something.
Step out my face, okay?
Don't make illegal U-turns in New York City.
I asked you to step out my face.
I asked you not to make illegal U-turns in New York City within a business district. I am Jimmy Justice, and your days of running around this city like a cowboy are over.
I mean, how do you not love this guy?
Now I love him.
I am Jimmy Justice.
What you're gonna do when Jimmy Justice comes for you?
Can I just say my favorite guy is her coworker that's standing there. He goes,
"What's up, babe?
Did you pick up lunch or what?
What's he yelling at you for? What's he getting mad at you for, girl?
You need my help, bitch? Send Jimmy Justice to Manitowoc County. Then Steve Avery will be free.
You planted blood in that RAV4. You're a boob.
I'm not a boob. That's rude, yeah?
Well, we have the evidence, and
this motherfucking place is cold, man.
I don't know. There's such great ones.
You're parked in a bus stop. That's a no standing zone, sir.
Sir,
that's a no standing zone.
Put your camera down, okay?
That's a no standing zone. Are you allowed to park in a no standing zone?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I had an emergency.
Where's the emergency?
The truck is over here. I have to write someone for this truck.
I thought an emergency is when somebody's life is in danger.
Maybe your life is in danger.
Does Jimmy Justice ever go after white cops? Or is it always,
absolutely.
Does Jimmy Justice ever get
one of them is go back. one of them, he gets really up at a guy for like he puts like his cop thing to park somewhere to go in somewhere with his family. Like,
really?
He puts like his thing like don't give me shit.
Private vehicle.
Yeah, like a don't give me shit. Plaque you put in the car,
like a handicap.
By the way, I hate the thing. It's never worked for me. I've always been afraid to ever use it. I used to have one in my wallet, but I never even tried pulling it out. But the old PBA card,
yeah,
show that and they'll let you go. Sometimes stuff like that. Like that makes me even more angry.
What like that you have?
I had one of those.
Yeah, but it makes me more angry that they go. It's like pull over. It's like you know a cop also. Well, the law doesn't apply to you anymore. Then you're cool.
Oh.
Like I don't like getting the things either. The guys at the Comedy Cellar, man, those cops that used to come around, they're not around anymore. They thought they were being like so like cool with us, and like bragging about the weirdest things.
Like what?
He was like, we were smoking weed one time, and he was like, He's like, I wish I could smoke with you, man. I goes, I can't. And I was like, all right, that didn't bother me. But you could always say, look at these guys, they're kind of hand jobby dudes. But he's like, yeah, I wish I could smoke with you, man. I can't. That's cool. He goes, but I don't give a shit about it, man. He goes, because weed don't bother me at all. He goes, I mean, you could check my stats, man. He goes, check how many weed and DUI arrests I have. He's like, 0 weed. He goes, 1 DUI because I had a higher ranking officer with me, and when I called the guy over, like I had to.
Jesus.
I go, and I was like, are you bragging to me about that? I'm like, arrest every DUI. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
You're just letting these fucking time bombs on the street.
He's like, man, I don't give a shit about that. I just bust a hump. The same guy told me, by the way, too. He goes, yeah, it was great. The homeless man used to be able to just knock him around and shit, man. But now there's like they put the cameras on every goddamn corner. So you're like, what the fuck is wrong with it? But dude, it's a personality type. Who the fuck becomes a cop?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know exactly
Someone
what you mean.
Someone that believes in justice?
I'm not saying there's not good cops.
American
I bet there
heroes.
are tons. But I bet the controlling interest is not quite good people.
No. Dan, in the East Village, there's a methadone clinic that's like a couple blocks away from us, and a couple times
that's where Mike gets all his pussy.
Mike just stands outside.
I crush it.
He goes, "Hey, how much are your hands shaking?"
No, while the chicks are stand dreaming, if you know what I'm talking about, I just crawl right up in.
Do you just start slow dancing with them?
There was a dude probably 11 in the morning dead on the side of the road. Do you remember this? And there was a crowd of people outside, and I ran over, and I'm like, "What's going on over here?" And they're like, "We think this guy's dead." And we're like, "Hello," and we're hitting him. Yeah, I don't know. Run over and get a cop because we are right near the 9th precinct, and a guy comes over. He's like, "Yeah, I got it. I got to watch out." Takes his flashlight and takes the butt end of his flashlight and literally just jams it underneath the dude's like bottom rib.
Yeah.
Woke the guy up like in a fucking, like he just kicked, somehow that's like heroin's antidote is like a fucking butt end of a mag light.
He knows the restart button.
He literally pressed the reset button.
He goes, did you reset him?
The guy just came up, he popped up like someone turned the air on and like an inflatable thing.
He danced away like the Zatarans guy. Like,
That's great. He's like,
amazing.
Did you reset him? Excuse me? Did you reset him?
Did you reset him?
I'm sorry, officer. He's just been laying here.
I just reset. Yeah.
So, like, you're kidding, right? There's not a real... Back up. Blink.
Yow! I got in trouble right around the corner from our with the cops because I kicked that bum, Jay.
Oh, Fenoya, good dude. Thanks for bringing him on the show, Jay.
I kicked the bum because
he doesn't have any money. He doesn't sleep inside.
Get your own food, you fucking
Get off
bum.
my street.
You bum.
He was mistreating a pit bull.
Oh, okay.
And I fed the dog. Remember I told you
You
about
fed the dog bum?
I fed the dog a bum.
That
Give a
dog's
dog a
about
bum.
to eat plenty.
Give a dog a bum.
I'm gonna feed him
Soylent Green, motherfucker.
The food is people.
The food's people.
Stupid food.
Stupid people.
So what happened?
I was walking back from the cellar super late, and there was a guy passed out on the side. I wouldn't even call him a bum. He's one of those like trust fund.
Yeah.
Like he moved out because like his mom's.
He's addicted to heroin.
Yeah, she like found his Molly in the laundry, and he's
So
like, "I'm not."
fucked him.
Boom. So he was laying there, pit bull tied to his arm, and he was passed out. The dog's like eating cigarette butts, and I love animals more than I love people. So I ran across the
You know
street.
what? That's what we love about you.
And I got some wet food and a bottle of water and 2 coffee cups,
And
and
a
I made
condom to fuck a sleeping man.
and I wrapped him over the head with a bag of quarters, and I fed his dog. No, I fed his dog. The dog's eating the food, and he wakes up out of his stupor and yanks the dog back so the dog couldn't reach the food. So I got pissed, and I was drunk a little, and I'm like, dude, you don't deserve this dog. I'm taking your dog, and he falls back to sleep, and I'm like, did you hear me? And I kind of kicked him in the ribs a little bit.
You just stomp on his head.
Put peanut butter on your dick, faggot.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's my girlfriend.
Two cops were behind me, and they were like, you can't kick the bum. And I was like, can you take this dog? Like, I don't like when people mistreat animals.
Cops said that?
Yeah.
Emotional?
Cop said you can't kick this
He goes,
bum.
you can't kick the bum.
He goes, hey, buddy.
You can't kick the bum.
Hey, buddy, I know you want to.
can't
Trust me. We're going to walk away in a little bit.
Can't kick a bum.
He goes, hey, bum. Hey, bum, move somewhere else.
Hey, bum. Go find a bridge, kid. Yeah, but I would do it again.
Hey, bum. Hey, local bum.
Hey.
Local bum. You want me to hit the reset button on here?
Regional vagabond. Get out of here.
Hey, Boxcar Willie.
Hey.
Trains are coming, eh?
You got three options.
Penn
You can
Station's
move.
that away.
You can move, you can disappear, or I can hit the reset button.
Boba-dope, boba-deep, boba-dope.
We got three options. All of them involve you getting up and getting out of here.
It's kind of super exciting living near that police station. Remember we saw that kid that killed the old man?
One of my favorite things ever was, again, I actually mentioned this yesterday, watching Making of a Murderer. It was because... Dude, reporters shoving their chests out. To me, it's one of the funniest
There's
things
nothing
ever.
better. Hold on. There's nothing better, and I just got to say this before we jump into the story. Nothing makes me laugh than a confident local news anchor that's just such a hunk of garbage. When I was in college, I had to take broadcast writing. And our teacher, it was one day a week, and our teacher was the weekend weatherman, and this dude walked in like he had the biggest dick in the world, and he's like, here's what happens. A storm will come in. Now, I'll use double Doppler and understand that it's coming in. And he's like, and then I just basically mocked every assignment he gave us, and he hated me. You know who he reminds me of? Ben from the Golf Channel. Like a guy that'll take himself
Ben.
that seriously. Like he's like really feels himself that he's the fucking weekend weather guy at K-Gun 9 in Tucson.
Jacob, are we in trouble for that yet?
No, I didn't get. I thought I was going to get called down to the HR department.
To
nothing.
fuck Deb in front of the president.
Just splay her out in front of the whole crew. The Sirius XM Godfathers.
Jacob, my name is Wayne Sirius, and I want you to fuck Deb in front of me.
Me and James McMahon. Me and James XM.
So you were saying
confident reporters. So me and Mike one day, I think we were stoned, but we went outside and we were walking around and we saw a bunch just bum kicking. Just going on the bum kicking tour of the Lower East Side.
Saving hungry dogs.
We're walking around our block and there's a bunch of cameras and news vans and everything outside of the police station.
Which means
big shit's going down.
Good news.
Which means something great's going to be happening here.
We're going to go live to Fifth Avenue in the East Village, Channel 9.
I'm Jay Oakerson, and I'm here.
Hold on. Let's
King Nakamoto here live.
Yeah, you have to do the guy in the studio that throws it out to you.
We're going to go live.
Breaking Bonfire news. Something big is happening in the East Village. Live on location, we have senior Bonfire reporter Jay Oakerson and Cub reporter Mike Fanoia. Jay?
You have to wait first. You have to go.
Jay?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'm out here on. I'm out here in the East Village by the 9th Precinct, and it is a madhouse out here. You can see behind me. There's a lot of confusion. No,
Sir, get out of here. We're recording.
I was, you know what I was saying it about, and then you were just doing it, which just made me laugh. Was they show a girl doing a news report on Making a Murderer, and they show her earlier in the press conference just asking questions and being sort of normal. But like I said, if you want to be a news reporter, if you have a dream of being like an anchor or something, you have to be willing to talk like that, not ironically. But, no,
Jay, funny you bring that out.
But she actually closed her thing and was like, I can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, she goes, but if it's going to be, but if they're going to find out and really get to the bottom of this, it's going to be a long deliberation. I'm Sue Ann Watterson for Action News 2.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to talk like that
Can we
for
do
Action
that?
News 2.
Let's do that for the rest of the time. For Bonfire, I'm Dan Soder.
For the Bonfire, I'm Jay Oakerson.
Back to you.
Interesting development in the show today, talking about the Averys and how it can affect you. We'll be right back after the commercial
you thought you were safe. There's still a whole family of Averys out there.
Oh, you guys be safe
Who
out
your
there.
roommates are feeding and why they're kicking them. Coming up on the Bonfire after this break.
Is kicking bums illegal? You'll be surprised to find out the answer at 11.
Are local New York City inmates being fed frozen sandwiches? We thaw out the truth after this break.
Are we transporting human beings in bread trucks?
We've got it live. Breaking here now news.
All these news cameras were outside of the precinct.
So many.
So me and Mike are kind of like, we probably do sound like a nice good dose of like, what's up? What's all the Actually, this is why Mike.
Here?
This is why Mike is great,
because he looks like a cop.
He looks like a cop, but not just that. Mike really will stir up. My favorite thing in the world is that we have too many people to all sit in the back of a cab, and then Mike will just voluntarily goes, "I'll sit up front," and then just really stirs up a good weirdo conversation with the cab driver every time.
Well, because the sitter plays
you
it
hate
different.
people.
I love talking to people, but I hate them while they're talking to me.
Yes. So
I'd
Mike
rather talk to a dog.
So Mike goes, he's asking, he's like, "What's going on here, guys? What's the story?" And some people didn't want to tell us actually, and then someone goes, "You didn't hear about the guy, this like black pretty young guy, 19 maybe or something."
If that. Do you remember a couple summers ago there was like a 70-something-year-old?
It wasn't a couple summers ago. It was
last summer maybe.
I think it was like this year.
I think it was today.
It was in 2015.
It's happening
It was in 2015 for sure. And you can probably find the video for this. A guy, fucking like a little old Asian guy, was walking in the East Village, like Alphabet City area, and this guy just goes up behind him and just literally beats him to death.
I remember that.
Doesn't even rob him, just beats him to death.
Just Asian guy
Pummels
beaten to
him.
death. Just beaten to death. It pummels him. And you can see, there's a video of it
on security camera.
So you see it happen. It's like, it's pretty vicious.
So everybody was waiting outside the 9th precinct.
He got taken there, and they were waiting for him to get transferred down to the Tombs. But he has to go. He was in that first process part of that. So everyone's waiting outside of our of this police station on the block, and sure as shit, man, this dude he comes out. And by the way, for me and Mike, but I'll speak for myself only. It was a real fucking like eerie moment because we went as soon as we heard that we went inside. 'Cause it took, by the way, it was like 2 more hours before they brought him out.
Yeah, right.
So we went back inside and we tried to find this video footage, and we saw the video footage, and you're like, wow, this is real. And then so when he comes out,
it's like a celebrity.
You can tell it's the guy from the video. It wasn't a great video, by the way, but it's from what he's wearing. He's wearing kind of like a loud front of his sweater. He was dressed nice. He was like dressed out for a night out, it seemed like. He comes out, and he just got this stoic look on his face that doesn't say either like remorse or
very apathetic
anything. It was just kind of like he's probably like sobered up now, whatever he was on.
Does it say I don't know?
It sort of says I don't know. It sort of goes like I'm fucking done.
Yep.
Maybe his face goes, I don't know if I'm going to watch WrestleMania.
It was defeated.
Next year.
It was defeated. It was a little bit of like shock of like, oh fuck, this is like fucking all news cameras are out here.
Yeah.
It's a guy who may have been arrested before, and when he came out, I'm sure there wasn't a fucking all major news networks out. I mean, there was like CNN, like everyone was there.
Telemundo was there.
Hola.
So what was great was
so the smoking hot chicks were there.
So they bring him out.
Were they?
Yes, a lot of hot Asian women.
And dude, they bring him out, and I'm telling you, it is just this weird, quiet moment, and everyone's just filming. No one's talking.
You could hear a pin drop.
You could hear a pin drop on the street. It's just this weird, like.
Could you hear the pictures being taken? Like,
yes, you hear pictures. Yeah, but here's what's great. So as they're turning the guy, they're coming around the car to put him in the cop car to transport him. Just some jag fucking hole dildo face reporter guy goes up to, because he's going to be. It's funny. It's the character Robert Downey Jr. was playing in Natural Born Killers.
Yes.
Yeah. He goes over and he goes, "Why'd you do it, man?" Huh? Why'd you have to do it? Like, he's not gonna get an answer. It's just like this thing that's for one to be the one guy who puts this thing out there in the line. Goes, "Yeah, I tried to ask the guy the question, but he wouldn't." It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
For real.
What the fuck are you talking about?
God, can we find that question?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill a guy?
Why'd you do it, bro?
Why'd you just kill that guy,
I wanna
man?
I want to
Not
find
cool.
this
It was
guy.
literally like, not cool, bro. I don't think that's on camera anyway.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen that more on our block, though, because there's a pretty insane amount of shit that goes on right around that area, right? I mean, like Alphabet City seems to be fairly dicey with like.
I'm so sorry.
Me and Christine, like a while back, like we ate a weed brownie that I just did not expect to be so strong, and then sat on those benches and just watched people coming in and out of the police station for hours.
What a weird place to fucking ride out a brownie. It's across the street from a police.
Halfway through, they come. They go, "We're gonna take you in."
We were like, "No, not even." We just said, "No, we didn't look."
He just turns himself in. He's like, just let me sleep it off.
It's
dude.
like we like 40 minutes of silence, and then like a lot of people with dreadlocks get arrested. We should take one more break before we wrap this biddy up.
Coming up, could the bonfire be ending? We'll see. Could the flames of the bonfire be put out this week?
Is Mike Fenoya the new host of the Bonfire?
You'll find out after the break.
It's the Bonfire.
Bonfire News.
Leaf Radical Chevrolet, brand new, 2% down financing.
And now back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, I think we may have found the video. We didn't get the Asian guy getting killed, but we did find an Asian guy beating up 4 black guys in a fight and full-on revenge.
What?
Why'd you do it, bud?
I don't know.
Why'd you do it, kid?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Why are they panning
By
down?
the way, there is an insane amount of YouTube clips of Asian guys beating up black people.
Asian kid KO's bigger bully.
Oh, yes, but you know what? I think this video has what I want, is you need a black audience for things like this, though. It's always going to have a black audience because they are very... Oh, one down. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, you miss. Oh, go high or go low.
This is fake.
Oh!
This is fake.
That's fake.
He's not even
Fake?
Yes, it is. Look, he's not even kicking him. This is all bogus.
That was a pretty good kick.
They're going to break it. This is like flash mob.
Oh, you know what? This might be a flash mob.
It's a flash mob.
I don't know, man.
This is stupid.
Look how it's hitting him.
Yeah, you know what?
Look how many...
They're pretty lame
There's
hits.
as many dislikes as there are... Yeah, like that was fake.
You know what's funny?
CNC Music Factory's going to come on soon.
Let's see. All right. Okay.
I gotta take karate, that's it.
That's great. He just goes, "Thank you. We've been the
Karate Kid.
yeah, the Rockefeller Center.
Guys,
so
don't
dancers.
Don't forget.
Did you just knock out a 5th one? Oh, and then the girl. Oh, this is like a demonstration.
Terrible.
Let's see. Oh, no. This is.
Oh, all right.
Where's the black guy?
I don't know, but these two
You fights.
Yeah. You know what? We should have known when it said Asian guy beats up 4 black guys was probably fake.
Yeah, really.
Like, you know what?
should have known as a
3 black guys murder Asian guy. That's what that would have been called.
It was a fantasy picture.
But when we saw the video of one black guy beating the death of an Asian man, we were like, that's real.
That's
so
sad.
real.
Wow.
Why does it have to happen to him?
Asian boy beats up big black guy badly.
These guys are like 10 and they're laughing
Yeah,
at
they're
each other.
drunk outside their dorm.
You know what
dude.
happens?
This is
Though? I'll tell you why black guys might lose fights to Asian dudes, though, is because black guys are so into like that culture of like that Wu-Tangy, like kung fu shit.
Yeah.
That when they fight an Asian guy, they stop going to just like the basics of like punch, kick, and like tackle.
Yeah.
They
You
go
know, and when a
Shaolin.
fight, and they start trying to go like drunken monkey style. Look what this guy's doing with his hands. He's like, no, I could beat you. I could beat any Asian guy in a fight. I've been watching movies for years.
Instead of punching, they try to like run up a flagpole.
They take you good,
He's
huh?
like, he's
Tiger
like,
style.
He's like, do you want to fight here or on the tree trot?
Oh,
tree
shit.
tops?
That's real.
That's real.
That's real. Elbows to the top of the head. And that is going to split him. Oh, look at that blood.
That got out of hand.
Oh, his black guy brains are coming out. Oh, my love of pancakes is gone.
Oh, my knowledge of Al Green lyrics.
Oh, my sneakers versus my belt color coordination gone.
Everything's off.
I'm good, though. I'm good. Everything all right.
Black guy brains.
What is this now? I can watch these all day. Hilarious moment of Jack in the Box. That's where I would be. A sourdough Jack?
Oh, I love a sourdough Jack.
Oh, my God. Why don't they make Jack in the Box in New York? Oh, he's calling him out.
Jacket off.
Take your shirt off.
Shirt on top.
Asian guy walking up.
For what?
You confident.
Shut your stupid ass mouth. What are you talking to? Shut your shit ass up.
Well, this guy's already dressed for. He's dressed for combat.
Then you get your ass out of here.
Oh, Asian kid cleaning up the Jack in the Box.
Punk ass bitch.
This is my Jack in the Box.
Come on. I'm not asking y'all to. I didn't even think. Come on. Swing at me.
Tiger style. Your tiger style. Your Shaolin style.
Oh, he just chopped them both up.
All right, if I'm gonna swing, then I guarantee if you're gonna fucking swing, I'm not in it. Y'all don't even know what's going on.
I make 2 promises.
This Asian man is drunk.
Pause it for a second.
He's hammered.
2 hits. Me hit you, you hit 4. You lack sleeves.
That tells me. Not too wrong.
Your lack of sleeves tells me.
No sleeves, no shirt, no service.
Dragons.
Time to die.
Black man without sleeves, easier to take down. Nothing up his sleeve. Bring it on, ghetto garbage.
And it's gonna hurt. Are you ready?
Not feel good.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Come on already. We're all ready. Let me take one more sip of my Mr. Pibb.
These black guys do look unconcerned.
He's scared of him.
Don't fucking do that. You ain't nobody.
Alright, man, whatever. Let's bounce.
Get out of here.
Oh, he actually made him leave. Yeah! Blacks go home.
No.
Blacks go home. Oh, sorry. I jumped on board.
I'm on.
Oh, yeah!
I'm on the black
And then
guy's
they just
side.
drive by and light him up.
This is a great soundtrack for-
Yeah, as they're walking out, they're like, "Oh yeah, one last thing." Oh my God! An Asian man was murdered at Jack in the Box. Was that the surprise, or will we find out more after the break?
Did he catch the bullet in his teeth?
Coming up, is Jack in the Box a home for murder on Asian on black crime?
Another Colfax murder happened today.
Why you gotta say that?
On News at 11,
That's the only place I know where
is
there's a Jack in the
Bruce
Box.
Leroy real?
Why you gotta say Colfax, dog? Why you gotta bring up where I'm from?
Close to home?
Why you gotta bring up where I'm from?
You're not from Colfax.
No.
You're from Iliff.
Yo, dog, you coming sideways in Aurora?
Chambers, dog.
Chambers and I-25.
You coming funny in Aurora?
Aurora? A-Town?
Yo, you coming funny on Aurora?
This is in a Jack in the Box. Is sourdough cheeseburgers killing black people? Bonfire News.
On an unrelated story, has Arby's discontinued their cream cheese jalapeno poppers?
But for real,
What's in the Bronco Berry sauce?
will there be a Dairy Queen in New York ever?
But seriously, that's like a real question for Dan Soder and the person. Human
Is that what you
You
want?
love Dairy Queen
You want
food?
a Blizzard?
I love blizzards.
Is that your big thing? You want
You
a
don't
Blizzard?
love blizzards?
Do you eat
I
the food or
promise
the
you.
ice cream?
I promise you, Baskin Robbins makes something equivalent to a Blizzard.
Fuck Baskin Robbins. Dairy Queen.
Fuck you, motherfucker!
Whoa,
All these
guys.
fights to get me jacked up.
Be cool now, huh?
Sorry, that's our.
Oh yeah!
Fuck you,
Got my Shaolin style.
Lou, how much longer do we have?
My cool with the...
We have to rap, dude. We gotta rap.
By the way, thank you. We should have warned you. This is a little new but not live.
It was fun.
Watch your step, kid.
Mike Fenoya, a.k.a. the fourth member of the stable.
Oh.
What do you got?
Atlanta Laughing Skull coming up soon. MikeFinoia.com for dates. At Mike Finoia on Twitter. And check out Jamcast, guys, my podcast.
Yes, check that out.
Thank
Soder
you guys
just did
so
one.
much. Pleasure to be by the fire.
I love Jamcast. I had such a good time doing it.
I had a great time talking to you.
January 23rd, I'm going to be doing a benefit show in Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Marlborough.
And then Providence, good news. I got rescheduled end of January. 29th and 30th, I'll be at the Providence Comedy Connection. January 29th and 30th, so come out to a show.
Great club.
Ooh, at Dan Soder.
At Dan Soder on Twitter.
At Big J.
DanSoder.com.
Oakerson.
At Big J Oakerson on Twitter. What do you got coming up?
BigJComedy.com. The cruise.
Which you're on right now.
I am currently on the cruise.
How is it?
It's pretty great, actually, so far.
Nice, bro.
The salty sea air is doing good for my
Your
lungs.
sinuses feel fantastic.
I do feel fantastic. Everyone, you're going to be finding out the show before this, February 21st, Webster Hall.
Yes. It's big.
My 1 hour special taping.
Campers,
be
get
two
your
shows.
tickets.
Two
Congrats,
shows one night.
brother.
Ticket link will be out. Ticket link should be out actually now. As you hear this, go to bigjcomedy.com, my website. It'll be on the front page there as soon as possible. Tickets will be free.
So wait, it's
We just gotta fill it
Webster
up.
Hall, New York City, Sunday, February 21st.
2 shows.
What times?
That night, I'm assuming 7 and 9, but the ticket link will tell you.
Such
for
a
sure.
cool fucking venue, too, man.
Fenoy and I will be at both.
I had a conversation on the phone today about all the logistics of it, and it's gonna be pretty fun. I think.
I'm gonna run. Me and Fenoy are gonna be working your calf muscles, rubbing you down.
Loose.
I'm gonna
You're gonna be loose.
I'm gonna shotgun the top of my head off as soon as the night's over.
Oh,
That's what it is. Oh, dude,
we
it's
need
gonna
you
be
for the
huge.
bonfire.
It's gonna be huge.
And then we're gonna do.
You've got Mike and Redman now.
Without you, there is no fire.
Funk Doc. Congrats, Jay. Well deserved, brother.
I've also got a bunch of dates coming up. Check them out. Atlanta, also Laughing Skull. Providence, also in early February. So
Yeah, Jay.
check that out. We got Minneapolis, Edmonton's coming up. Some stuff in
Webster, New York.
Arizona, Webster, New York, Albany. Fun dates coming up. Weirdly sort of local stuff, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Big J Comedy, at Big J Oakerson, at Mike Fenoya, at Dan Soder, at Redman.
We'll see you on Martin Luther King Jr.
At
Day.
Chinese fights.
We'll see you guys when we all realize Martin Luther King's dream.
Yeah.
It's the bonfire.